I want to pay you $93.50 for each of your friends or contacts' email address. Now, the reason that we're doing this is because the Direct Marketing Association says that an email newsletter subscriber is worth $187 over the lifetime of that subscriber. And for every dollar you spend to acquire a new subscriber, you make $40 in return. So spend $1, make $40. Spend $2, make $80. How many times can you do that? As many times as you possibly can. However, Russell Brunson, who has tracked the results of over 100,000 small businesses, found an email newsletter subscriber can be worth as much as $500 per month per subscriber for a small business. Now, I'm guessing for a lot of you, this is not the first time you've tried to make more money and improve some area of your life. You see, the marketplace is filled with gurus and opportunities promising you that they can help you make more money. However, it is unlikely you will experience the same results for yourself because there's so many tricks and gimmicks, it's almost impossible for you to be successful. However, by working with real businesses who provide a real service to your community, as you see from the graph below, medical offices are one of the top 5 industries with the most millionaires, giving you a better odds of success. Every so often, I hear skeptics ask about real ways to make more money. And I always smile because I know they don't understand how leverage works. You see, they are so used to working 8 hours a day and getting paid for those 8 hours. And if they want to make $100,000 a year, they would have to make at least $50 an hour, working 40 hours a week, 50 weeks a year. So when they hear stories of someone making $100,000 over a weekend, it doesn't make sense to them. When someone has spent the time building a following large enough where they can send out a message to that following, they only need a small percentage of that following to respond to the message to make enough to provide for their family. However, it may take a lot of time and effort to build a following large enough to reach their financial goals. But just think how much easier it would be to find someone who is already successful, blast out a message to their following endorsing you and what you have to offer. Now, the very first time I did this, I made a deal with Joel Broughton, who sent out an email to his customer base endorsing me and what I had to offer. And over the next 6 hours after sending out that email, that turned into 141 sales. Now, many companies go after one customer at a time. On the other hand, we work collectively as a team, bringing in hundreds of thousands, or depending on the size of the deal, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of new customers. Many of you already have a following large enough on social media to make your first $100,000. People spend years trying to build an income, but by leveraging somebody else's following, you can cut that time to a matter of days or weeks. Now, an extreme example is Jeff Walker, who made no money for 6 years. After 9 years, he made a total of $210,000. However, after leveraging somebody else's following to build his customer base, he did $3.5 million over a 35-hour period. Now, the next time I did this, I did a deal with Al Nin, where we landed a deal with his dentist and reached out to several beauty salons, provided them with marketing material, and in the first 90 days, we landed 3,200 new patients at an average of $2,000 per patient for a total of about $6.5 million over the next 12 months. These are some extreme examples, but just think how much easier it would be working together as a team to provide for your family. Now, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Christopher Brown. My last job, I was hired as a business strategist for a $400 million marketing firm, many times working with executives from companies like Ancestry.com, Crate Charking, Procter & Gamble, and many others. Now, after doing an average of as many as 60 sessions per week, many of them with executives from billion-dollar companies, I noticed a pattern that we call as the billion-dollar blueprint, where Many already existing billion-dollar companies use these principles and brought those same success to the internet. Yes, there are unicorns where some idea catches fire and are able to sell for $1 billion, like when Facebook bought Instagram for $1 billion. However, when smaller companies use these principles, they're able to go from a zero to $1 million, oftentimes in as little as 3 to 12 months. Now imagine working together with us as a team, helping out local companies and getting your share of at times millions of dollars. How much do you need to provide for your family and reach your income goal to live your ideal life? So I've taken what I've learned working with these companies and I created a shortcut for you. So instead of having to buy enough products to be able to sell on Amazon to make a profit, or having to create your own digital products, or any of the other complicated things that we do online like blogging, writing emails, filming YouTube videos, and selling, we have done the work for you. We use a similar software that some of the biggest experts in their field use, including Dean Graziosi, Grant Cardone, Ty Lopez, and many others, spending $100,000 that's earned these experts hundreds of millions of dollars, and that a major investment firm acquired from LearnVest for $250 million that we call as an auto sales closing system that will, number one, generate interest, number two, capture your leads, number three, present your products to your prospects, number four, closing them right there on the spot, and if they don't buy, it follows up with them, closing them at a later point, capitalizing on 9 different categories of income streams. People love the idea of leveraging somebody else's following to build their customer base, but going from idea to putting this into action is too much to ask for so many individuals, because you already have so many issues that you have to handle, which is why I want to invite you to work with us as a team. But first, in our next section, we're going to take all the guesswork out of sales and marketing with what we call as the knowledge of the 1%, or in other words, the mathematical formula to writing your own check. Because there is a mathematical formula to know what you have to do, or what actions we have to take, and how many times we have to take those actions in order to reach your income goal. Imagine if we knew how many sit-ups that we needed to do to get a six-pack. This is exactly what the knowledge of the 1% will do for your income.